What can I tell you? What can I tell you? What can I tell you? When I tell you, when these people come, they come. I told you what was going to happen. I told you what this was going to be. But y'all didn't want to hear it from me. Did you? Marcellus Wiley is in the grease. And I'm not happy about it. Not at all, brother. Hit the like button coming through the door. Don't forget to hype the video up. This is one of those moments you don't want to forget. Because you finna hear some shit. Yeah. It's not good though. It's not a laughing matter when it comes to couples, having fights and stuff in Orlando. I had a friend that was actually down there too in this same tournament. Marcellus Wiley's kids was in a tournament that was in Orlando the same time as my friends and his family and their kids are in Orlando. Small world. I was supposed to be down in Florida right now, and I probably would have been at that tournament and would have ran into Marcellus Wiley and his wife while all this was going on. That's another thing. And what I learned that over this weekend in this tournament, I'm going to hear some more tonight when I actually meet up with him. They're on their way back from Florida because of this tournament. Yeah, Marcellus Wiley's kids are also in this tournament. Now, in case you've been under a rock, Marcellus Wiley was arrested on the 4th of July and for a domestic battery case, and we didn't know anything else but no information that leaked out. Now, information that leaked out. That Marcellus Wiley allegedly got physical with his wife, Anne Marie, before, the whole thing went down and everything else, where she told the cops he poked her cheek and threatened to take his life. Like he had his finger, was yelling at her and poked her on the cheek. So she called 911. Now, I didn't put myself in it. I actually know people who were at this tournament that actually went there, who actually called me. Yes, just a poke. So I told you, it's a small world. I was supposed to be down in Florida, in Tampa, visiting my family. They were going to Orlando. I'm supposed to meet up with them. I think they get back tonight because I want to hear more about what happened. So I'm going to tell you what everything that's happening here right now. Yes. What's going on here is that Marcellus and Anne Marie were in a hotel room in Orlando, Florida, and things started to go crazy. Like an argument just started happening for no reason. Now, during the argument, she started to tell her husband off and she started going off. And she said she wanted him removed from the room after he said he was just here for his children. They got 3 children together, and there was some other kids that was on the team They're in a basketball tournament that's going on in Orlando. Now, all the other kids are in the room with the three kids, and they're hearing all this arguing, right? And according to her, he's threatening to take her life. And she told them the previous morning that he put his hands on her while she was sitting on the bed, standing over her. Marcellus used one of his fingers and sternly and intentionally poked her cheek in front of their 7-year-old daughter, is what she claimed. Then she claimed he went on to say that she's planning on divorcing Marcellus Wiley, claiming he has unreported history of violence towards her in the past. Told the police that him and his wife did not have a physical altercation in the hotel and there was no violence between them, stating he's never laid his hands on his wife and he was only there to take care of the children. Cops said Wiley showed them text messages between them exchanging cordial messages. But, however, based on her written statement, the police found probable cause to arrest Wiley for domestic violence battery. And here's the thing that you need to know. His wife was on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, right? She was on season 13. She was on that show. But after this season concluded, the producers cut her from the show, saying she was no longer a good fit. So she's very upset about that. And she blames Marcellus Wiley for her being cut. Saying, you come here, you get the news, you get the truth. So she's blaming Marcellus Wiley for her being removed from the show. I don't think Marcellus Wiley put a hand on her either. That's too obvious. And he just poked your face with his finger and you want to have this man arrested? I'm finna go into the more details. You see, this what I said. It's a bad aura when you are associated with people like Gilbert Arenas. This is what happens. Bringing a man like Gilbert Arenas around as your friend and somebody who's federally indicted right now. And, he's got 4 felonies. It's not a good look. You bring that bad aura in your presence, all these negative things start to happen around you. He had none of these problems until, he was doing all this Gilbert Arenas stuff. Then it just started to spiral. But when I told people was like, oh, it's not a political thing. Of course it's political. What's happening right now with her? She wants this celebrity fame. This woman wants celebrity fame. She was happy on this show, and now she feels she's removed from this show because everybody on this show is pretty much left wing. This is a left wing group. All those Beverly Hill girls, and she was all accepted, and she got removed because they say she's no longer a good fit because, now she loses her job on this show and she gets cut, mainly because they only cut her because Marcellus Wiley is pro-right. Even though he's not pro-right, he doesn't claim a political party, really. He just seems more in line with Trump and that party, with the conservatives. So they look at her like, hey, you must be conservative too. You're his wife. So we just don't think you're a good fit. And just like that, she's gone. So now here comes the divorce. Here comes this, I'm divorcing him. He's an abusive husband. He's doing all that X, Y, and Z. All of this stuff starts to come out all at one time. Remember when I say they come after you? I know what I'm talking about. This is a strategic set up plan of attack with all these old 1994 sexual assault cases. This is what they do when you done did something or said something on a video, they come after your ass. Now, like I told you, my friend is there for the tournament with their children. He saw Marcellus Wiley. They were there on Friday, the 3rd. So they saw Marcellus Wiley on the 3rd. And I said, wow, this is crazy. Because he's out there with his kids and they were in the tournament. They saw no problems with the wife and Marcellus Wiley. It was, hey, how you doing? No arguments, nothing. They in actually Lake Buena Vista, Florida right now. They have the basketball and volleyball tournament going on. So they're at the AAU Junior Volleyball Championships. And the basketball tournament is on the other side. That's their son right there. They saw Marcellus Wiley. No problems whatsoever. So for all of that to happen so quick, I was hoping they ran into oh man, I hope they got a picture of him. But no, he said they were all eating at a place called Eggs Up Grill, is where they ran into him in Orlando. Eggs Up Grill. So they were there for the basketball tournament. They had the volleyball tournament. They had a kid that's in volleyball, the other one's in basketball. So it's 3 different children there. But as you can see, this seems like a setup to take down Marcellus Wiley, which is a shame, because you see an individual like that who is there for his children. You want to destroy this father, and for what? They was like, Sino, she could be telling the truth. Okay, she could be telling the truth. If what she said is true, then he's the stupidest man alive. Because this is the most obvious, blatant setup I've ever seen in my life. So I'm like, which one is it? Is this man completely stupid beyond recognition, or there's something else going on here? Right. It's got to be one or the other, right? He's got to be the stupidest man in human existence, or there's something wrong going on here. My nerves couldn't take a situation that didn't go the way I felt it should have gone. Especially if we're talking about a marriage. If we're talking about like we're supposed to be married, husband and wife, what's wrong with the communication? Like, what's wrong with us talking? How do we get to a point where there's zero communication at any time? That just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make logical sense on my end at all. That's why I told you this is a political thing. Somebody told her to take this route. Like, oh, you want to get your career back? You want to do this? You need to get away from him. Somebody told her to do this. I know this too well. I've seen this happen. I've been around Hollywood. I know how they move. They will get you up out of there. They don't care. These people are wretched. They only care about them. You're not in the equation. You think they care about anything you're talking about? No. So the fact that my friend ran into them and said, because he loves Marcellus Wiley, you know, all of a sudden, all hell breaks loose. That's because the people involved, the players in the game, they all do something really dumb every now and then, right? Because they think that's the way to go. Yeah. They want to make it like he's another dumb athlete that has all these. This man has all the charities, right? He has all the things going for him. Why all of a sudden Marcellus Wiley is going to just turn into a lunatic who just starts going off on angry rants and start going after people? He doesn't even have that demeanor when people are coming at him angrily. He doesn't. He doesn't get mad at them at all. And these are people that's angry and want to come after him. He doesn't come at them with a violent intent. He come at them very calm, relaxed. So how is this a problem? That's what be getting me. It's the inconsistency, you know? That's why I said when the left want to come get you, they'll come get you. And you won't see it when they come get you. Because they move behind the scenes. So anybody believing that this is anybody believing that this is something that is just a man and wife, they're having problems. No, she was having problems because she got fired. Once she was fired, then there were problems. There were no problems before that. She got fired from this housewives show. And now she's created this situation. Saying she's divorcing, she made this big public display and put her children in the middle of this. Now, Marcellus Wiley should know something, and he should have been very smart about it. If your wife is employed with a company that is pretty much pro-left and your business is pretty much pro-right, you're going to run into a dilemma. It's going to end up affecting your household, especially when your pay grade is going to be reflecting of this. You're aligned with Whitlock, who is definitely pro-right. All those women on Beverly Hills, the show producers, the left pretty much backs that entire show. You got a show on your show where you pretty much talk about things in politics, and you start pretty much going pro-right. They put you down as a conservative, and your wife, she's going to be the sacrificial lamb. You should have to prepare her for what was to come. I don't know if you have had that conversation with her, but she likes the limelight. She liked her job. Now, since this went left, let's see if Gilbert Arenas can get you out of this. Hit the like button, good people, and hype the video up. That's your friend. That's who you aligned yourself with. See if he can get you out. Because now she's trying to make things real complicated for you. She's talking about she's going to divorce you and all of these things here. My friends who saw you down in Florida, well, I just showed y'all, they are in Orlando on their way back, and I'm going to hear what else they had to say. Yes, they're at the basketball and football tournaments. I mean, basketball and soccer. I had an outstanding time trying to just put things in the proper perspectives of where it's supposed to be. And when you run into people who don't have your best interest, you run into more problems than you do solutions. The majority of the people always choose wrong. It's always, okay, they're going to choose wrong. What are you going to choose? How are you going to move? Yeah, well, she got fired from the show right after the end of the season. And of course, she creates this incident where now Marcellus is arrested for poking her on the cheek, and it's in Florida, where the kids are there to witness and be character witness for this. This whole thing stinks to high heaven. They know I don't like it, but it's not about me. Well, when you're aligned with people like Gilbert Arenas, this is, he declared his friendship to a guy who's federally indicted, and this dude is dancing coming down the steps from the feds. These type of things is problematic for you. You bring the feds to look into you. They might be saying, was you at Gil's house when he was gambling? You speaking on his credibility, you basically vouching for him. This dude is federally indicted for lying. They charged him with lying. So when y'all going over there supporting that dude, just remember that when you're going over there. This dude is federally indicted for lying. This dude pretended he was a boss of a company and he was running everything, only to find out he's getting ran by the underdog. They were the boss. He was the one let go from his own show, but he was doing good business. So he lied all this time, lying to everybody. He the big dog and all the lies he keeps telling himself. And all the fools, these streamers that he get to keep believing him and pushing this fake narrative and propaganda. There's only so much an individual could do before someone has to make a move to change what's actually there. You feel me? Somebody's got to make a move to change something. Somebody's got to say, hey, this has been going on for far too long. We got to make a change. We got to. It cannot remain this way. A change needs to be made now. Don't know where it's going to come from, but it definitely needs to be made. Marcellus Wiley is a human being, a father who seems like a very good father to his child. It doesn't seem like there's been any conflict or any type of drama with him and his children. All of a sudden, they start sexual harassment cases from back in '94. They're trying to damage any credibility he would have for somebody to work with him. And I feel like just because this man's political affiliation, Marcellus Wiley is going to be written off as that guy we need to destroy? Really? I just find that a little outrageous. And for somebody that's supposed to be for better or for worse, and we got these children together, and you're supposed to be my rib, you're supposed to be my first loves, and then these children are my next loves. So how do we go from that to this reality show that isn't reality? It's supposed to be the results of everything. They're the end all be all of everything that we know. Let's not forget, when people are, what we say, combing the streets, what are they actually doing? There are hardened criminals out there. There are people that are really doing bad out there, and they use someone in your own house to turn against you. They weaponize the woman in your house to come against you. And do I believe Marcellus Wiley put a hand on his wife? Absolutely not. Do I believe these charges against him with these women? Absolutely not. Do I believe Marcellus Wiley deserves any of this? Absolutely not. Because I can see this a million ways, a million times. We've seen them set people up, sabotage them, create stories, get people to fake and lie and say certain things. This is a government that just fake assassination attempts. They do everything. And you think this will be out of their grasp to do? All you need is a woman to come out and say, "He hit me. He tried to have sex with me." And it just starts up a whole shitstorm. It's everybody wants to be a victim now. You got guys over here, "He bent me over." Great. What's happened now? We got the news here. Motorcycle crash. Oh, damn. Somebody's dead. Motorcycle crash. God dog it. Look at that. Bodies wrapped up. Motorcycles done. Still want a motorcycle? Don't do it. Man, he's dead. Rest in peace, man. Oh my God. Somebody got killed on a white motorcycle. I mean, that motorcycle was destroyed. It's a damn shame. Pray for that man's family, man. Don't understand motorcycles. I don't understand why people get them. Craziest shit in the world. This truck almost went dead smack into me from behind. There's people crazy out here these days. I don't know why people get motorcycles. It's the dumbest invention ever. It's not about like I can drive. I know how to ride a motorcycle. It's not about you. I'm like, do you realize how many people out here can't drive? Whacking the youth because they texting and driving and whack. Next thing you know, you on top of a truck with all your great driving skills. I know too many people that's not here no more from motorcycles. And the ones that are here, they all broken up. My buddy had to have 8 surgeries and got right back on a bike. They done broke all kind of bones. Broke bones on a bike come hand in hand. The dumbest invention in the world. But back to Marcellus Wiley, man. I'ma just say this, bro. They set you up and they used your wife to do it. And when he go live, it's gonna be massive. I'll tell you that. So he just probably waiting to get back home. And when he do, it's time to get the divorce. And she gonna try to weaponize the kids. She gonna try to get back on that show now. So yeah, I would just leave the politics alone, man. Marcellus, they coming after you. Try to take you down. Everything, man. Just, you know, it is what it is. I'm out. Don't forget to go to my Patreon, Casino for Life, so you can get caught up on everything, man. We got a lot coming. A lot coming. You can believe that.